Good morning, and thank you all for coming and helping us welcome a new member to the Aggie Nation and Aggie family. And it's been a very thorough. Good morning.
Very much, a very kind group. First of all, I'd like to thank Coach, because I'm going to call him Coach Boston, Doc Boston, for this great opportunity. I know this process, the time was great for me, speaking selfishly. I know I had some opportunities with Utah State and San Diego State, and I know when I first met with Doc, he said, look, this process is going to be for a while, so you're going to have to be patient and we're going to see what happens. And I know it started back about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and going through all these interviews takes a lot out of you, especially when you don't get the job. And have the opportunity to be the head coach here, this is where I'm supposed to be, because this is where I am right now. And I'm just so excited about this community and about this opportunity. And I really owe Doc a whole lot to give me this opportunity. I also want to thank my family. I know my wife, she's not here right now, and my children, but if you check my resume, she's followed me everywhere. And we've lived everywhere. So I know she's very excited. I know we've talked about head coaching opportunities my whole career, and she's probably more excited than I am right now. My children, my daughters, my son actually he plays for Oregon State. So he's a redshirt freshman, and he's in El Paso. It's unfortunate I didn't get a chance to see him, but he's also excited. So my mom and dad, they're 90 years old, so my mom's excited, my dad, and all my brothers and sisters. So this is a family, this is a great family day, not only for DeWayne Walker's family, but our new family here at Mexico State University. I've had a lot of mentors. I've been very fortunate. I've worked for Hall of Fame coaches, Joe Gibbs, guys like Steve Mariucci, Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick, Carl Durrell, who gave my first opportunity to be a coordinator. Without Carl, I wouldn't be here. So I've just been very fortunate. And with all those experiences, with all these great coaches, you learn how to be a real coach. I know back when I was at Utah State, I worked with Gary Patterson, and I was a JC coach, and I tried to tell Gary what to do, and he put me in my place pretty quick. So just been very, very fortunate to learn from the best. And with this opportunity, we're going to work to be the best. It's going to be a challenge. This is not a losing program. We just happen to have a losing record. And we're going to change that. And I know the community, you guys are very, very important. I look at there's, 90,000 people here, right, in the community. Then you have another 15 on campus. So that's 105,000 people. And it's our duty as a football team and the football staff to where we have to generate some excitement to fill that stadium. And I know what it feels like to play in front of Pac Stadium. Again, through all my experiences, played against USC with over 100,000 people. And well, you don't have to have 100,000 people in the stands to create energy. We just need a community and a family to believe in the same vision and the same formula. And if we can do that as a community, anybody that comes in here, especially New Mexico and UTEP, we got to let them have it. Okay? We're going to let them have it. I think one of my biggest strengths as a coach is developing young men. I think it's very important. I want to coach this football team the same way that I run my household. And you have to be honest, you have to have integrity, you have to have character, you have to really teach these young men to be men. And I really want to run this football team that way. We want to graduate our players, we want them to be very respectful in the community. I want them to open doors for their girlfriends. I want them to say thank you. So just basic fundamentals. And today's young men, if you look at it, they really don't understand some of the basic fundamentals. And those are the things that we're going to try to create, as well as try to win football games, is that you want to try to develop really young men and teach them. I'm sure in our first team meeting, I'm going to ask these guys, who wants to play in the NFL? all those guys are going to raise their hands. But what's the likelihood of guys playing in the NFL? So I'm not really going to try to take that dream away, because I was once that kid that wanted to play in the NFL. However, you have to develop these young men so they can be successful in life and not just put all their eggs in one basket. Now I'm going to talk a little football. Offensively, I think we have a very good offensive coordinator, Tim Rosenball. I know Tim and I, we knew each other based off of just a reputation. And I know when I was a coordinator at UCLA and he called the plays at Washington State, I just always admired his offenses. And I said, if I ever get a chance to be a head coach, I'm going to track this guy down. And fortunately, I was able to get in contact with him and asked him to join and lock arms with us, and I'm just very excited to have him as an offensive coordinator. Defensively, with me being a defensive guy, I want to bring the same system here that we ran at UCLA. And we're pretty successful. I know when we took over that program, we were 117th in defense. In the last 3 seasons, we were in the top 40. I know our first year we were 35th. I think my second year we were 29th, and this last year I think we were 45th or 46th. So defense is my passion. I think the type of package and the coaches that I'll be able to get to join us, I think we can put together a real good defense. I know you guys have had a great coordinator, Jolie Dunn. I definitely would like to talk with him and get a chance to see what he's thinking, and probably in the next week or so we'll make a decision with what we want to do in that capacity. But I'm just really excited. I know in this conference, I was talking to Doc about this at the basketball game, there's not a whole lot of defense in this conference. So I know Boise State plays great defense, and that's something that I'm going to really take very serious, that you got to play good defense to win championships. You got to score points too, I understand that, but you got to play good defense. So that's going to be something that we have to do here to be successful. I just want to go back to the community. I know when I first started talking with Doc about the community, and I tell you what, last night I'm so happy that I stayed an extra night, because when I went to the basketball game, I just felt the warmth with the fans, and everybody was so nice to me. And I've always been sensitive to fans. I just think when you have a football team, that we have to give the fans what they want. And the fans want to see a competitive team, and the fans want to see a winning team. And I just feel very, very fortunate to have this fan support. And it's going to be my job and our coach's job to try to really give you guys something to look forward to on Saturdays. I'd like to thank Charlie Johnson and Ernest Wilson for kind of keeping things going. I know right now we have 18 scholarships, and I think we're doing pretty good in the recruiting area. But I can't wait to get back on Sunday.